Hey everybody, welcome back to TCG, and today we are going to jump into some more Fusion World content, and yeah, this time it's just going to be breaking down the androids, what makes them tick, some of their best interactions, and why they will likely be one of the best, if not the best deck in the format. Now that being said, I do want to see if we can get this video over 100 likes, and on top of that, if you guys want to join the UniX fam, now would be the time. We're popping off with Fusion World, One Piece, and whatever else we decide to come across the channel with. And then lastly, if you want to do me a huge solid, hop on over to my UniX DB channel, that's my Dragon Ball channel, and give the video in the description or the little tag I'm putting up on the screen right now a like. That'll help me go a very, very far way of having the video trend and getting that channel monetized. So let's jump into the Android deck. Alright, so let's get one thing straight. First and foremost, I will be using the alt arts for this video. Don't at me, but I think they need a little bit more shine. Of course, these pictures don't necessarily do them justice. They look so good when you see the actual card. But the first thing we got here is Android 17, just based on all ends, 1500 or 15k attack. You got the attacking, draw one card. Awaken when your life is at 4 or less, draw one card, flip this card over. Cool. Now the back end is permanent your turn. If you have 6 or more energy, this card gains 10,000 power, become a 30k leader on attack, and then when attacking, draw one card. So the first thing you're gonna notice is you're comparing this to Gohan. While it doesn't have the drawback of eating your own energy, it actually doesn't have, it also doesn't have the defensive capabilities of Gohan, essentially blocking one attack per turn with its activate, battle leader skill. But it's going to be able to go up to 30k without having to nuke an energy. So that's something to be, considered of. Now, moving on, because this is pretty simple. The leader is the most simple part about this deck. We're going to talk about Dr. Dro's Lab. Because when it comes to the other green ramp strategies, you've seen cards like Turles. You've seen cards like the 5-drop Goku. You've seen cards like, the Trunks getting an extra energy. Or better yet, the Destructive Strength coming from the starter deck, getting you another energy. But this is a very, very different, unique beast. This is a field card that costs 3. Says activate main, green, switch this card to rest mode. If your leader is a Android 17, add up to 1 card with Android and special traits from your drop to your energy. So the thing is, so far, there haven't been cards that interact with fields. So once this card lands, it's just sticking. The second part about this is that in a game where you combo and there's nothing you're doing with your combo pieces, you're going to always generally have Android cards in your drop to use. So for 1 energy, you're going to just go up 1 energy. Now, the cool thing about this is it actually does not come into play rested. So you're not actually losing energy. From the turn you put this on the field and you can activate it, you're going to be dealing with the same amount of energy per turn every time you activate it. If you had 5 open energy and you tap 1 to use Dr. Dro's Lab, you're still going to have 5 open energy. The only difference is next turn, instead of going up to 6, you're going up to 7. And that's going to be where that incremental exchange happens. Now, if you want to use different RAM cards on top of this, you can experiment, but this is the very, very, very steady form of ramp that's going to allow you to get up extremely high. Now, moving past that, we have got a lot of cool cards that are going to go into that. The next part about this kind of field card, because you'd be thinking, well, it's 4 of a field card and you have to see that 4. Kind of wrong about that one. You've got this Dr. Dro. He's a 3 cost, so the same as the field card, and he's an activate man. KO this card, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, place up to 1 Dr. Dro's Lab in your battle area, and then put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any random order. So you're just going to shuffle them, put them on the bottom of your deck. Now, the crazy part about this is that between 4 Dr. Dro's Lab and 4 Android 20s, you should be seeing Dr. Dro's Lab on 3 energy regardless. And because of the way this deck works, I would always say, you're going to be using this as early as possible. Turn 3 if you're going first, turn 2 if you're going second. This is one of those rare cases where I 100% think it's worth using your coin to play out the Dr. Dro's Lab. And then if you don't have the Dr. Dro's Lab, yeah, playing out Android 20 works as well. Now, Android 20 can miss, but chances are if you don't have Dr. Dro's Lab, searching your top 10 is likely going to find Dr. Dro's Lab. It's just the way probability works. You only have 50 cards in your deck, so on, so on. So with that being said, you are pretty much being able to fish this guy, pretty much max consistency on the Dr. Dro's Lab. Cool part about this guy too is that he's going to KO himself. I think he should have gone at the bottom of the deck. I think he should have maybe removed himself from the game, but because he KOs himself, he's going to give you your first Android to use in conjunction with Dr. Dro's Lab, and that's a big part. But like I said, this is the 1-2 punch of the ramp scheme. So now we're going to move over into some other cards that work very well with this deck. Now, you've got Android 17, and this is a 4 cost, which shouldn't be that hard to get in this deck. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then play up to 1 Android 18 with a cost of 3 or less from your drop. Very, very, very cool card. And then this is just going to be able to allow you to play Android 18s. Now, moving forward to the next one, we literally have a mirror card, and that's going to be the Android 18. That's the same thing. 4 cost, 5k combo value, 20k attack, so it goes neutral with Awakened Leaders. Self-Awakener that's going to be able to play Android 17s. Now, after that, we're going to just talk about the different targets for them. For the 18, you're going to be able to play out this guy. This is a critical Android 17. Yes, he's 15. Yes, by the time he can come out, but like unless you're slow rolling your opponent, chances are he's going to come out a little later in the game, and he's going to be like, you know, just okay, you have to combo on him to actually get some damage in. But if you do manage to stall out your opponent, this is a card that can go at least neutral with their Unawakened Leader, so that's pretty cool. But it's also just another body. If anything, if you bring him back, you can keep him up, right, for the 10k combo value. Now, the next one is a vanilla, and this is really cool that you can play a 4-drop Android 18, get a card from your life to your hand, and then play this 25k vanilla to start pressuring your opponent. Very huge play. For 4 energy, you were gaining a card in hand, you were gaining a body on board, you were potentially gaining more cards in hand if you awaken, and you're bringing this body to the board. It's a huge, huge, huge plus. And then on the other side, the targets that you have for Android 17, you have the Android 18 SR. This is going to be a really good card, 20, so it goes neutral with leaders. And then on play, draw a card and discard 1 card from your hand. This is cool because it's going to set up for future Android 17 and 18 plays, or your Dr. Rose Lab if you still intend to use it. But when attacking, if you have 6 or more energy, draw 1 card. Chances are by the time you're comfortably playing these, you do. And so this is just going to be an extra draw engine. You're drawing for turn, you're drawing for your leader swing, and you're drawing for this Android 18 swing. And if you can protect it from attacks via blockers or anything, that's one thing. But this is a 2 cost with 20k. It's pretty much susceptible to any removal in the game, so do remember that. And then you have this card. This is a the kind of a boss card for the deck, but basically double strike, very, very important. On play, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, the cost of 3 or less, and KO them. That's a lot of vanillas, that's a lot of blockers, that's a lot of good self-awakeners. There are a lot of cards that this can come down and destroy, and 6 is nothing. Now, this is, we're going to move over to the next card, and this is a card that kind of brings all that together because it kind of ties up the Android package neatly. This says, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck on play, reveal up to 1 Android 17 or 1 Android 18 and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So the cool thing is there's no cost restriction here. This guy is going to come down as early as turn 1 and pick up a 17 or an 18. You've got plenty of those cards. Every single card we just went through, minus the Android 20 to look at the top cards of your deck, is a 17 or an 18. So you pretty much have your free roam with the cards you can pick up. But moving past this Android 20, we're going to start talking about the cards that also make up this deck in a big, big way. So these are going to be the sands that kind of go in the deck. We're going to start off with Starter Deck Turles, because Starter Deck Turles is a card that you could play if you wanted to. He is going to be able to reach into your drop and pick up a card and play, and if you want to use that as momentum to get even further ahead, yeah, go for it. A turn where you're at 5 energy, and did I say Dawn earlier? I hope I didn't say Dawn earlier. On a turn where you have 5 energy and you play, you tap your Dr. Rose Lab to ramp a card from the trash, or the drop, you can then tap that 5, play Turles, and then ramp another card from the drop. Essentially going from 5 to 6, and then from 6 to 7, putting you at 8 the following turn. These are going to cause some huge, huge, huge advantageous momentum pushes in terms of how big your energy gets. Now, that's going to be pretty much cool. Along with the critical pressure and a 30k that Turles provides, you're going to be playing your bigger drops faster. Now, the next card I want to talk about is the 5-drop Sun Gohan Childhood. 30k power, 5 cost, 10k counter value, or combo value. It's really weird switching the code between these games. But on play, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 4 or less and KO it. Very, very, very monumental card. Very strong, and he has the ability to essentially cause like 2-for-1 removal, because a 30k body is not small. If your opponent has just swung with 2 20ks or 20k and a 25k, you can play this guy, blow up the 25k, then swing at the 20k, and make them come out of pocket 15k or more, just to keep their battle card on the board. This is a very, very strong card, and it's just simplistically is good. It's just good. So the next one I want to talk about, everybody should know this card already. 6 cost Gohan, 5k combo value, and 35k attack. You play him, you gain a life. In a deck like Androids, this is just a very, in any green deck that can ramp, this is a very, very good effect. So yeah, expect to see this at least teched in a couple copies, maybe not even a full set, but at least a couple copies in this deck. Because Androids are ramping from the drop and not from the top of the deck, you have a lot more options in terms of, a lot more stability in terms of not just automatically putting certain cards into energy because they were just flipped off the top of your deck. So that's going to be a big part in itself. Then you have the secret rare, and the alt art for this one is clean. I cannot wait. I hope I pull it. But on play, discard 1 card from your hand, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less and KO them, and this card cannot attack for the turn. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, that is everything that we have shown except the 6-drop Gohan and the 6-drop Androids. Everything else falls under that category, and so this is a massive board wipe for many decks in the game. And Androids, I think, are the deck that can consistently get to the point where they can play this card and then just ball out with it. So yes, this is a massive key point to this strategy. And then next, you have cards like the Broly from the starter deck. I do think that you have to kind of really plan out your threat density, but if there's any deck that can climb that ladder, it is definitely this. And I do think that in terms of the striking, Broly and the Androids may kind of fit in the same slot. Yes, you can't search out Broly, but the Androids destroy 2 3-drops or lower, and the Broly just destroys an entire 1-drop. Or an entire card, just an entire card, and you draw a card, and you swing twice. So I think with your consistency, as long as you can see that you can get to 8 very, very easily, it's worth using the Broly. Next to the battle cards, activate battle cards, you got Gigantic Meteor, once again one of the best cards in the game. 15k power is strong, but if you have 6 or more energy, you go up to 1,000 more, which makes it a 25k swing, automatically making it stronger than a super combo mid to late game. Very, very, very strong card. Now, the Androids also have the ability to find, brother-sister combination. No way to search this. It's just another card that you can use. Activate battle opponent's turn. Choose one of your leaders and it gains, or battle cards and gains up to 20k power for the battle. Then if you have 15k or more cards in your drop, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy and rest mode. I can tell you from experience, you're not using this second effect very often, but a 20k on a 1 is equivalent to a super combo, and yes, it does cost 1, but you're not going to be hurting for energy in this deck, so it's something to kind of think of. This deck is going to be able to protect itself from chunky swings very, very well. Then you have got the last card on this list. You got Big Bang Attack. I do personally feel like this is a very, very, very good card. For 6 or more energy, reduce this card in your hand by 1, or the cost of this card in your hand by 1, so it's going to be a 1 cost pretty much every time you need it. But then you discard 1 card, or place one of your energy in the drop, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less and KO it. This is just an invaluable card. You're getting rid of 30Ks, you're getting rid of 35K double strikers, you're getting rid of so much with this card. Now, if green becomes the meta, which I'm sure it will be, this is a card that you probably may not even want to main, as Broly will get rid of more cards coming out. This card is going to not be able to touch plenty of things. The life gain Gohan, the Androids, the Broly. I'm trying to think of what other cards it doesn't touch, because there aren't a lot of cards outside of green that get up that high. But that being said, the secret rare Gohan, this card misses a lot of cards in the green mirror, and so if the green mirror is the most seen matchup, you don't necessarily want to run this. But if we have side decks, which I think we still are waiting on confirmation, this will be a good card to have in your side deck because it does so much work versus pretty much every other matchup. So with that being said, this is my little breakdown on the Androids. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be getting into so much more content. I've got some more beta gameplay to put up. I've got some more archetypes to dive into. We're going to go through all the archetypes this month, and then once the case drops and I break that, which will be a live stream, we can then slide into games, matches, deck makeup, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, make sure you like this video, help it trend. If you could go over to my Dragon Ball channel and maybe like some of the videos there, maybe watch a couple of them, that would just be very, very helpful. So yeah, I will go over to the Patreon appreciation, and I will see you guys in the next video. And also look out for a giveaway, because I actually have some full arts from the starter decks that I think I'm just going to be giving away on the Patreon. I think that's going to be what's up. Along with Fusion World articles, we'll be giving those away on the Patreon. I think if you guys just give me a moment, I'll just kind of just get those real quick. 1 second. So this card, right? This is the normal rare. I know it's like kind of weird looking, but this is the normal rare for the Son Goku, right, from the set. However, this is the full art rare that you can pull from the little bonus pack. And this is the same art or same rarity for the Vegeta. So realistically, I think I might just be giving these away on the Patreon for the Fusion World members. So we're going to be working on that. I do know that some people are going to want to be able to collect these full arts. I got pretty lucky pulling them. And yeah, we'll just do it to the maximum over here. So with that being said, let's go thank the Patreon members. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Back at it again with the Patreon appreciation. This is to all the people that give the extra little push to help support this channel and this brand. You're gonna find articles on here that are a little too long to put in the video format. Coming up, we've got Uta, Green Uta from the OP fans, and we're also gonna do some Fusion World articles very, very, very soon. As for giveaways, we've got a double Uta structure deck giveaway, as well as the giveaway for the 2 cards I showed at the end of this video, the Goku and Vegeta full arts from the promo packs from the starter decks. And with that being said, I hope you guys just get in there, find some content you like, and we're gonna be diving into OPO 6 and Fusion World Set 1 soon. Now we're giving a special shout out to the Realm of Xers, the highest of the high, the Burars, the Brycears, the Big Daddy Flapjacks. Thank you guys for being at the top of my Patreon tiers and supporting the channel the hardest, and I will see you guys in the next video and or article later.